welcome back to the Empathy Exchange. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Today on our talk show, we have a somewhat controversial guest joining us on stage. Everyone give a hand to the one and only Rex Walls. Where has this man not been in the United States? Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, Rex?
Well, I grew up in Welch with my mother and my father, and my brother, Stanley. I am 43 years old, and I have 4 kids.
That's nice. So, as for our questions, first question is, why did you blow up at your kids when they insulted your mother? We were all under the impression that you didn't like her either.
Well, I believe that parents deserve respect. They birth us, and they take care of us, and they raise us. They make us who we are. If it weren't for them, we wouldn't be here in the first place. I may not agree with my mother, and I may not agree with the way that she acts towards my kids, but I respect her. She had it rough when she was younger, and it's kind of the reasons why she is the way she is today.
Alright. Okay. So, do you regret having as many children as you do?
No, I've never once regretted having as many kids as I do. I love my kin. They remind me of what it's like. Or not what it's like. They remind me of what it really means to have a family. They remind me of what it means to really live. I love them all so much.
That's nice. That's very sweet. So, do you see yourself in any of your kids?
Oh, definitely. I see myself so much in my little mountain goat, Jeanette. Oh, she is the spitting image of me. Not the spitting image, but she acts plain a lot like me. She got them Walls ambition, and it makes me so proud to see her using it the way she does.
That's very lovely. Well, that's all we can get from Mr. Walls today. I hope you all have a wonderful night. Welcome one and all to the Empathy Exchange. Today I am delighted to invite Miss Dory Walls, who's here to share a bit of her story and the environment that she grew up in. Thank you for sharing your story with us today, Miss Walls. How are you?
Okay, I guess.
Okay. So we've all been wondering, why was your response to Irma's death, "Ding dong, the witch is gone"?
Because she's dead. What is there else to say? She was the vein of my freaking existence, so I'm glad she's gone.
Oh, alright. Did you feel any guilt whatsoever when you left Welch away from your family and went to New York?
No, I'm so relieved I'm out of that freaking hellhole. I was so done with that being drenched in sweat, alcohol, can't even stay sober if life depended on it. I can provide for myself now, and I don't even need to return back to that place I was going.
Okay, that's interesting. How did growing up in your environment affect your perception of reality, especially since you were the eldest?
Growing up, my parents never made it an expectation for me, because even though I was the eldest, I didn't do much. Jeanette was the one who filled it in. Also, when I was younger, before Jeanette, my parents had another kid, but she died in the crib, so I think they were so worried about the dead baby that they didn't expect me to do much.
Let's see. Well, I'm sorry for your loss, but that is everything we have today on the Empathy Exchange. Thank you for tuning in. Have a nice day. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Empathy Exchange. Today we have a very special guest on our show. Let's give a warm welcome to Maureen Walls. Hello, Maureen.
Hi.
Why don't you give us a short introduction and we'll get right to the questions.
Okay, so my name is Maureen Walls. You may recognize my name from my sister's memoir, The Glass Castle. I'm the youngest sibling out of 4, and I ran away during my teenage years.
Alright, Maureen, right to the question. Why did you stab your mother?
I was so tired of feeling invisible, like I didn't matter to her at all. Every day, it was like I was screaming for her attention, but she was too wrapped up in her own world to even notice me. And then, in that moment, something just snapped. I couldn't take it anymore. I wanted her to see me, to feel something, even if it was just pain. I didn't mean to hurt her, but I needed her to finally acknowledge me.
Have you ever felt a sense of belonging in your family as you would not spend much time with them in your childhood?
Well, being away from home all the time and crashing at friends' places, it felt like I was living a whole different life from my siblings. While they were dealing with all the chaos back home, I was in a different world with regular meals and a bed that wasn't falling apart. But even with all that, something just doesn't seem right. I couldn't shake this feeling of not really belonging, like I was watching everything from the outside. Sometimes I could feel the envy for my siblings, like they resented me for having it easier, for not there to face the same struggles they did every day.
Did you have a change of heart after your mother forgave you for stabbing her?
Well, her forgiveness shook me to the core. It was like a ray of light in the darkness, but it didn't erase what I'd done. I couldn't face my family. I could barely face myself after what happened. So I left. Maybe I was running away, but I couldn't bear to stay. It felt like the only option, even if it meant leaving everything behind.
I see. Well, that's everything for the empathy exchange. Good night, folks.